All right, we're going to customize our website through a custom value for colors. So real quick, basically we just click on the section that you want customized, or the item that you want customized. Click advanced, and this is the CSS selector. Now, if we preview this and do a search, you're going to see this ID. And if you want that colored a certain way, that's basically what we're going to do. Now you'll notice sometimes things have their own background color set. Like maybe this one is already set to a white, this one is set to a blue. So it's, typical CSS rules. But the point is we're going to use a custom value like the brand coloring. Okay, so we have custom values here. And just picked some random colors. And now what we're going to do is instead of using the ID right here, because there should only be one, I should say all IDs should be unique in any single web page. Now this header might have the same ID on page 1 and page 2 and page 3, but within this one page. So like if you want all headers to be a certain color, then you don't want to use the ID. So you might need to say all full sections are going to have a certain background, and that would be a class, which is a dot instead of a pound sign hashtag. All right, so we're going to do this. Just to test it out. See, there we go. So if you wanted to take that out, and then we go to, let's say we want it on all H1 tags. Now we don't have a class on these H1s. We just want all H1s. So what you do is, like using an extension. This one's called Magic CSS. There are other ones too, but basically what you do is you open Magic CSS and you write your CSS. Now it's not going to work with custom values. All right, so that works. Let's see, it was, H1 is what we're going to test. H1 background color green. Oh, that's there we go. Text color is green, but that's not working because it has higher specificity. So we can call it, because of the EM. Okay, this is getting hard to figure out. I'm not sure what C heading means. Maybe it's centered. The point is that you can build your CSS here, because otherwise we would have just said H1 color green, and that wouldn't have worked. So you would think that, hey, my code is not working, but really it's because of the rules. So for text, I would say it's probably best either to figure out the specificity that you need, the rule that you need, or just use their color picker, because it's going to be set by default anyways. I think, though, we could try. Okay, yes. So the heading here, because their CSS rule starts with a class, we are saying find a class that starts with heading dash, since we don't know the unique ID for that one. And then H1 and then EM, because EM has its own color, underline has its own color, strong has its own color. So we're targeting any of them. I mean, technically, you could do all of them. Okay, so now, oh, and let's get rid of important and see if it still works. We don't want to use that if we don't have to. Yeah. Looks like we do have to. So now that we know our working CSS rule, we can go to settings, style. This is going to be for all pages. Okay. Now I'm going to hard refresh. On Mac, that is Command-Shift-R. There we go. So our custom value. Okay, and if we wanted different section, let's say all buttons are going to be a different color. We want to see where they set it, and then we want to override it with a little bit more specificity or the important. So yeah, this preview thing is not going to be in your live site. So they just use C button. Okay, so we're going to target BTN. And the nice thing about this extension is that it allows you to, it outlines if your selector worked. Class button dash A class BTN. So if I take that out, it says no matches. There we go. Just needed to do it a little differently because it doesn't start with that. There we go. Okay, so we don't need important on this one. So now we know the selector we want to use. And go into our custom CSS. We can add comments like this. We do not need the important on there. I want to see if this works, because that might be more future proof in case they don't start with heading dash. Yep, that one, Matt, that one works and this one works. Okay, let's, yep, this button, that button, etc. So there we go.